What the deal, my people? You know who it is. It's a Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is why I believe Melisandre will be the new Night's Queen. Now, I know you might be asking yourself, Tef Daddy, why do you think that? She's been burning motherfuckers for your boy Stannis this whole goddamn series. If she is anything, she is fire. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, man, no doubt, that's true enough. Melisandre is known for a couple of things to me. First is the fire, second is glamoring, and third is making shadow babies. Now keep that in mind while I go on with this. Now, we also know that this quest of hers for Azor Ahai, this is something that she's doing on her own. And she's the only person that we hear use that phrase, wake dragon from stone. So how did she get this extra knowledge? How did she get this secret information? Or is somebody sending her this secret information? So the Dance of Dragons Melisandre chapter, we see her look into the flames for Azor Ahai. And while she's doing this, she passes out. Then she's like, oh shit, and snaps out of it. And she says, because dreams are whispers from the great other. But before she does that, she does see herself as being a child, sold into slavery. Now in our world, we can't control what we dream. But in this world, you can. Well, a few people can. And we know one of them is Bloodraven, who she just happens to see in her flames and identifies as the Great Other, but then changes her mind and calls him and Bran servants of the Great Other. And then the reason she gives this is because even in his decrepit form, she thinks that the Great Other must be more disgusting than he even looks. Now, if you watch my channel, you have heard me say time and time again, things are not what they seem. And if we learn one thing from this book, it's that the best looking people can be the most evil.
Look at me. Stannis is a killer. The Lannisters are killers. Your father was a killer. Your brother is a killer. Your sons will be killers someday. The world is built by killers. So you better get used to looking at them.
Now, I don't think Bloodraven is the Great Other, mainly because we hear that the Great Other, his name cannot be said. And we hear a lot of people say Bloodraven's name over and over again. And I don't think we will see the Great Other at all in this series because I think the Great Other was killed a long time ago. Now, in the TV show Game of Thrones, we see a little bit beyond the book and we go all the way to the lands of Orlyw's Winter. And here we see the Night Kings turning babies into White Walkers in what looks like some type of religious ceremony. Now, not all of them are here because we know Caster gave at least 90 of his sons to them. So if we look at the White Walkers in the back, they add up to 13. Which just happens to be the same number of the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, whose name was erased from history and told to never be said again, who is the Night King. Which just happens to be the number of years he ruled at the Nightfort with his corpse queen. So I think the Great Other, the gods the White Walkers or the others pray to, is the human. He united the others and the humans. Night's King. And out of respect to him, they give the title the Night's King, just like the Danes give the title the Sword of the Mornings to their champion. Now it's said that the Night's Queen was so beautiful that the Lord Commander, who supposedly was a Stark, gave up his vows, and we know the Starks take those vows seriously, and chased her and claimed her the Wildling Way. So why do I think that Melisandre is the new Night's Queen? Well, the Night Queen is described as beautiful. Her skin was as white as the moon, her eyes blue as stars, and her skin was supposedly as cold as ice. Melisandre is known as a great beauty. Her skin is supposedly unblemished. Even Maester Crayson, who hates her, notices her beauty. And her eyes are red, and Jon says that her skin is warm to the touch. Jon also tells you that she is a queen on numerous occasions. And I think you gotta ask yourself, why is her power stronger at the wall? This is a wall of ice. She does fire magic. It makes no sense for her to be stronger. And when the Lord Commander was with the Night's Queen, it said that he gave his soul when he gave her his seed. Which means to me that he willingly gave himself to her, just like Crafter willingly gives his sons to the White Walker. Combination with that, with the right blood, and that is the reason why I believe humans can become White Walkers. Now I go more into that in my other video, The White Walker's Monster. You can click the annotation to go to that video. As I said, if Melisandre is known for one thing in this story, It's that she gives birth to shadow babies. And after taking seed from Stannis, what happens? She takes his soul. And if you're a fan of my channel, then you heard me say this a long time ago. We know that Dark Horse makes beautiful figurines for Game of Thrones. And George R. R. Martin liked it so much that he had an artist make a specific one that was never supposed to be released to the public for him in his personal collection. Now, after it was released, he says, oh, he patterned it after this and patterned it after that, yada, 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 yada. Bullshit. It just happened to be released. And there's no doubt in my mind, if you look at this, there's no way Melisandre is not going to be the Night's Queen. Not only is she cold, if you look at her face, she doesn't look the same. She looks like she's turned to a White Walker. So, tell me what you think. Is Melisandre the next queen? I will put the poll in the card, and you can answer on the comment section. So, if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace! And stay sexy.